Did you watch the Super Bowl?
Fuck no. Are you kidding me? NFL looks so boring. And apparently it was just a boring match.
It was a very, very terrible, very bad.
So you actually
game.
watched it?
Yeah, I did.
You're not actually an NFL fan, are you?
I'm just a sports fan, man. I watch anything sports. I'd watch a game of fucking baseball.
Oh, like I would go see a live game because I want to see, I want to see
the tailgating and everything.
Well, I just like to experience the atmosphere. Same with like NBA, NHL. I'd want to see it all.
True.
But at the same time, good God, does it look boring.
Kevin's a big NFL fan.
Kevin, you can do better. Look up AFL and go down that rabbit hole, and you're welcome.
Look up one Lance Buddy Franklin, and look up career highlights.
Look up Final 5 Minutes, 2012 AFL Grand Final, and enjoy.
Look up Final 5 Minutes, 2017 Swans vs Essendon.
Yes,
and enjoy.
That's also another one.
You're welcome, Kevin.
Last 2 minutes sponsored by Tisset, I believe it was.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode, the first ever episode 7
Let's not start that.
Don't like it?
No.
Don't like it at all? Are you vetoing it? Are you putting down your veto?
Yeah, I'm putting my foot down now.
Okay. Welcome to the
reminds me of
first
another
ever
podcast in which things just fell apart quickly. So.
Whoops. Rest in peace. I'm one of your hosts, Harry.
You right there?
I know. Sorry, you kind of caught me off guard. I'm good now. I'm one of your hosts, Harry, here every single week. With me, of course, is the shit I don't ever is Edward Dools Dooley. I don't have a fucking partnership. I never fucking think of this. The Freddie to my Jason. There you go, for Edward Dools Dooley.
Oh my God, the shit to my...
I was like, shit, I
the
can't...
The shit on your boot or something? Like, Jesus
the shit to my boot,
that's...
Edward Dools Dooley. Dools, how you doing this week?
Wow, what an intro. I mean, I should be insulted, but I mean, I understand you can't always be that quick on your feet. We all have our slip-ups, but I mean, that was especially egregious. So, yeah, good to be here, I guess.
How's your week?
Yeah, it's been good, Has. Thanks for asking. Caught up on a lot of entertainment that I wanted to catch up on, finally. We'll get into that later. But, I mean, have you watched anything that stands out? Anything in particular?
Oh, so you're going straight into our first segment. That's very, very
it's
good.
Responsible of me. I want to be
what a great
responsible
segue.
Co-host.
So, Dools, before we go into that, for someone that doesn't know what the Mall Cops on Duty is, what is it?
Oh, what this is? What this podcast is?
Yeah, I mean, this one right here.
We gather here every weekend to record, a show. Or we like to think of it as a show, and we talk about whatever we want to talk about. 99% of the time, this is film. This is film. A good chunk of it's always Fast and Furious, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and just whatever we want, man. But yeah, that's it.
I like it. So, Dools, where can they find us?
All over.
Anyway, so we got
Podbean puts us everywhere, man.
Podbean.
We're in the beam.
We're on the Podbean network. We're on Spotify. We're on iTunes. I'm trying to get us onto Acast. We'll see.
Ooh,
accept us, Acast. Accept us.
I haven't even heard of that.
Dude, Acast is the biggest one in Australia.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
All right.
I know. Fucking accept us, Acast. We're cool.
Is it Australian owned?
Yeah, it's owned by Nova and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, but so, Dools, I like to start each and every week with what we've been watched, what we've played, what we've read, I don't know, that week. You want to start us off?
Let's see. Well, okay, so I've decided to embark on a somewhat perilous journey, which you rightly so called foolish. I'm going balls deep into a Game of Thrones rewatch.
Really?
I'm dead set on it.
There is a lot to go. By the way, they can hear every click that you do. Yeah.
Apologies for
that is a lot.
Listeners.
That is a lot.
So
that's 70 hours.
I'm one episode down. Not quite 70, but close.
Yeah.
Not quite 70. So there are 7 seasons. 6 of those have 10 episodes. And these are hour-long episodes. And the 7th has 7. So 67 hours has, not 70, mate. Although there are episodes that's just slightly longer, so I mean, actually, it might go to 70. So I'm just gonna backtrack a little bit. No, man, I'm whether I'll get there in the end, I have no idea. But dude, honestly, I saw some serious inspiration. I saw I think it might have been just a top comment on The teaser that was recently released by HBO, which was like John and Sansa and Arya walking down the Stark catacombs,
Yep.
and just confronting their own statues.
Great teaser.
This is clearly this is how you tease a show. I think that
Absolutely.
that set might be. I don't want to make a bold enough prediction as to say that I think they won't even put out an actual trailer, like a trailer with scenes from the show. Like, clearly that was filmed specifically to be a promo. That's not going to be something that happens in the show. It's very meta. But I don't think we'll get...
I don't think they need to.
I don't think we'll get a traditional trailer like we have before. I think we'll continue to get more little teasers in that same vein. That might show off actual footage, but remains to be seen.
I don't think we will either, because there's only 6 episodes, right?
Exactly. And I think
they're long episodes, sure, but there's only 6 episodes.
the people that watch Game of Thrones fucking know about Game of Thrones.
I know. We're only 2 months away as well. Is it worth putting out a trailer? The hype's also already as big as it's going to be.
Yeah, I'm on the same page with it as the marketing strategies are actually almost been identical to Endgame.
Yeah.
And I think, do we get another Endgame trailer? I think likely, but I think it'll be similar to the first, if not another TV spot where it's gives away absolutely nothing.
Dude,
and
we are 2 months away from Endgame, and they still haven't shown us a fucking thing. Like the trailers, which we will talk about the Endgame 30-second spot, because it shows a lot, but it shows nothing.
I'm not I think about this often. This movie is going to destroy me in more ways than one. Just the ideas that I have of what will happen. You can't help but take a kind of realistic approach and examine the fact that a lot of actors' contracts are going to be up, and what does that mean for these characters? Well, it can mean a certain thing, and it's just very scary. What's going to happen to these beloved characters?
74 days, Dools. 74 days.
It's best I don't think about it too much. That's fucking awesome, this little poster thing.
Yeah, no.
We're not going to see... So we still haven't seen Captain Marvel in the promotional material for
Captain Marvel comes out in 2.5 weeks?
It makes absolutely no sense for them to show Captain Marvel in Endgame trailers. We know she'll be in it, but she has her own movie coming out literally 1 month and a little bit before.
Yeah.
We don't need to see her in the trailers.
I don't think we need to see anything else than what
we're not going to see... We saw Rocket and Ant-Man... we saw Ant-Man in the first trailer, but we saw him suited up. We didn't see Rhodey, in the first... So the two characters that we didn't see in the first trailer that we saw on the spot were Rhodey and Rocket. We saw him in the first
trailer, but it said that he was missing.
Sorry, Rhodey.
Yeah, James Rhodey Rhodes. Wasn't he on the screen with... I thought he was on the screen.
He wasn't dusted, bro.
I'm going to look this up. Continue.
But he was with them at the end. Why would it say that? War Machine. Rhodey.
Yeah, I thought... I'll look
No. You're thinking of...
they put Scott Lang. No, they didn't put... Yeah,
Scott Lang actually was on the screen.
Yeah, and then they had...
because they didn't know his
Shuri.
whereabouts.
They had Shuri.
Shuri is who you think of.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's the Shuri.
Yeah, pretty egregious of you to mix them up, but... Anywho, so my Game of Thrones rewatch. I've only watched one episode. That was last night. I've got a hell of a journey ahead of me. I'm also embarking on a second simultaneous journey, which you've already started.
I started yesterday.
The MCU rewatch.
Yep, I've watched Iron Man 1. I watched Iron Man 1 yesterday. Excellent fucking film.
It really, I go back and I watch Iron Man 1, and it's you immediately recognise that something special is brewing here.
It's just a really well-made story.
It's an incredibly
You know what they do,
film.
though? They take time. And they knew that this was going to be a more fleshed-out universe. They knew it because they put fucking that end card in. Actually,
it's funny you say that, because I think about... I was going to bring it up, but I think of a Jeff Bridges interview in which he says, behind the scenes, production on Iron Man 1 was actually pretty sloppy. In his experience.
I heard that they were still writing the script.
Well, yeah, they were writing the script. A lot of it was improv, and Jeff, said, he was fine with that, but it definitely wasn't something he was used to, and so he was a little thrown off by it, and... So, I mean, it's funny to go back and watch the film and, you can kind of pick up on maybe they're, ad-libbing a bit of it, but at the same time, it's they're fucking professionals. So, I mean, if you really pay attention, you might be able to notice it here and there. But at the same time, it's they're so good that it's just yeah, I could... It's it almost works to their benefit, because sometimes you can just really tell when it's scripted.
Yeah, big time.
And it's just, a lot of it felt natural, some conversations. Go back, watch Iron Man 1, notice a lot of conversations between Obadiah and Tony. It's you can tell that they're kind of winging it, but they're professionals.
But there's little things in there that are I refuse to believe that this is just coincidence. When he's creating the suit and he goes through he does the icing factor.
Yes.
The icing problem, he calls it.
Yep.
And so there, he's reevaluating the suit's capabilities with Jarvis, and he's just like, now you can go to other planets if you wish, Mr. Stark. He's just like, oh, there'll be another time. And I'm like, I refuse to believe that was coincidence. I truly believe that they're like, if this is a thing, we're going to take him to space.
Oh, I mean, Kevin's always been open about the fact that Infinity War was the Endgame.
Yeah.
Like with Iron Man 1, he's like, whether it was going to happen or not, he wasn't entirely sure. But because I think, when was the Disney Marvel acquisition? Do you remember? 2010?
No, because
or was it before the MCU? I don't think it was before the MCU. Oh, it might have been.
I'll look it up.
Actually, I think it might have been. So, but at the same time, so whatever that capability in the suit was, obviously he didn't utilize it in Avengers. If you think about that, so I feel like yes, that was put in there specifically, and that was probably not a coincidence. But at the same time,
2009.
Okay, well there you go.
So yeah, it was after the start.
But at the same time, so why wouldn't he have used that in Avengers, the first one, when he goes into outer space? So I feel like, yep, someone definitely put in there for reasons, that would mean something down the track. But at the same time, a lot of these movies you can tell are made in a bubble. And so why, that's an interesting, because I forgot that line. And now I think about it, oh, well, didn't work when he was out of space in Avengers.
It's true.
So, anyway.
It was all about the...
and obviously Titan must have been...
But the suit he was wearing in Avengers was very much a test suit.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Also, Titan, you got to assume oxygen-based, because Doctor Strange was fine.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So was Tony. He had the helmet off and everything. So was Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So was Chris Pratt.
Well, Chris Pratt, yeah. So Spider-Man, it was really only Doctor Strange.
I love how I get all the names and Chris Pratt.
Anyway, we're going down the fucking rabbit hole here. Game of Thrones, yeah. I want to get there in the end. Whether I'll do it, I don't know. But I'll keep you all posted.
Are you only one episode in?
I'm literally only one episode.
Oh my god, Dave, you are not gonna.
I'll try knock out a couple more tonight. It is one of those shows though where it's so easily bingeable. Like it was just so late last night. I was like, I can't possibly stay awake. But fuck, like each episode does leave you hooked.
It does.
And it. Oh my god, dude, I don't want to get too into it, but just the foreshadowing. Like, we'll
definitely have Game of Thrones
doing
and
this
Game of Thrones
rewatch
episode just before,
and like with the benefit of hindsight and just knowing what's down the track and just rewatching it and just know the attention to detail these guys had. Like they're fucking masters of their craft. And what's also exciting is that we haven't heard much about it since the announcement, but I'm forgetting their names, David B. Weiss and someone else, just the Game of
creators,
Thrones, the Game of Thrones show creators. They're getting their own Star Wars movie. Apparently, they're given free reign. They're write and direct. I cannot wait. So because they are very capable.
Awesome.
So yeah, that's what I've been. And there are a couple other movies. I finally watched Bird Box and Upgrade, so we'll get into that later, I'm sure. But,
yeah, we will get into Bird Box in a sec, I think. I saw Instant Family, the Mark Wahlberg, Rose Byrne family film about they're a married couple that they decide to adopt 3 kids and create an instant family. It's based on a true story. It's actually really good. I didn't think
it's based on a true story.
Based on a true story.
Okay.
I went in there thinking it's just gonna be a dumb family film. It's not. Like it's
So
really well written, really well shot.
What do you think was it about the film that stood out to you that was made you go like, oh, so that's why it was turned into a movie?
What do you mean?
It's like I feel like white parents adopting, kids from other countries, like less fortunate countries, is like pretty. It's not typical. It's not common, but it's not uncommon.
No, of course. Because they explain at the beginning that 99% of parents just adopt 1 kid and then they leave, but to adopt 3 kids, and with one of them already being 15,
someone clearly doesn't know about Brad and Angelina.
But like it's not,
they adopted half a country,
but it's not usual though.
No, fair enough.
But
it's just interesting that it's just like somehow a movie producer,
it's very much
people and thought,
I'm
going to turn this into a movie.
True, yeah, but it's very much a feel good film. It's Mark Wahlberg, like he's a family man now, so he definitely signed on to it, and that's how they probably greenlit it to get made.
Here's a piece of good, possibly terrible advice. Watch Daddy's Home 1 and 2. they're great movies.
They're great movies.
I can't attest to whether they are sober, but they're pretty good. Pretty good when you're in other states of minds. Anyway, so Mark Wahlberg.
What does that mean?
Doing I'll leave it to interpretation. Kevin knows.
So,
what's up. Kevin knows what's up.
Yeah, what's up, Kevin? By the way, you still haven't emailed us. morecopsandduty@gmail.com.
Have you checked whether he's still here?
Yeah, I checked yesterday, and I'm not gonna lie, I opened it up to complete disappointment.
Oh wow,
Kevin.
he dropped off.
Kevin. We both went and saw Cold Pursuit a couple nights ago.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I really liked it. It was very unusual. The trailer gave me that impression, but it definitely went like it was almost similar to Sorry to Bother You in that sense. How it just went down this route that like you picked up on a quirky vibe, but then it just took a turn towards the end, and you're like, oh, okay, wow, we're doing this. And I told Harry while we were watching it, like it almost felt like we were watching two movies. Like there are like two separate storylines which are clearly connected and intersect in and culminate in the final act or whatever. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, wow, we were really following like three different like groups of people, or Liam Neeson the lead, we follow him, then we follow two other groups, sorry. And I thought so basically in short, we won't spoil it, it's just come out, but in short, the film is about Liam Neeson, whose son has been murdered. And he hunts down the people that were responsible for his son's death. And this is something that he's very good at. Like, they give no hint. Were we, maybe I missed it, but do they hint at his past in the film?
No, he's supposed to, because this is a remake of a foreign film that the director also did, and it was with Stellan Skarsgård.
Oh, wow.
He's supposed to be the whole premise is that he's a family man who has an honest job. Then this terrible thing happens where his son gets killed, and he. I
mean, he's good with it. We can estimate that he's good with a rifle and stuff because he hunts.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like there are instances where he just beats the shit out of these drug dealers and just with ease.
Yeah, there's the scene though, like he's beating the guy up, and he just like collapses next to him. He's just like out of
fucking tired, but I mean, yeah, he still gets the jump on these guys, and
he's the killer, Mr. Plow, man. That's all.
He really is.
But yeah, no, I thought it was actually a really well made film. I especially liked how every single time someone died, the film would stop and it would show you their name and a cross.
Yeah, that was a great little feature. Yeah, it just had little quirks like that. I appreciate, and you got to watch movies like this once in a while, which just feel refreshing. That's so cool. I had no idea it was a remake of his own movie. That's really cool.
Yeah, so he did an American.
Was that somewhat recent? Stellan Skarsgård. I feel like,
I'll have a look,
because he would have been if it's meant to be an older guy, then that might have only been a somewhat recent film. This is the Stellan Skarsgård. I'm thinking of Dr. What's his name from Marvel. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. What was it? What is it?
In Order
Polish?
of Disappearance. It's literally like
2014.
Scenes, right?
Wow,
2014. Okay. Yeah, it's Stellan Skarsgård. Yep. A mild-mannered snowplow driver ignites an underworld gang war when he seeks revenge for the murder of his son. Yep. Exact same song. I'm kind of keen to watch that one now and see like.
Yeah, I mean,
it's better because it got 85% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, that's excellent. I think Cold Pursuit's
I think it's like similar or something. Yeah, it's pretty good. But no, man, I really, really like. But imagine directing two films and they're the exact same thing.
Yeah, I mean, some would say, all right, maybe move on. But no, I thought, and Liam Neeson, I thought it was. I mean, he nothing was exceptional about his performance, but I mean, it's Liam Neeson. He gets the job done. And I think, it's somewhat of a return to form for him because I can't think of any great movies. Yeah. Well, it wasn't bad.
Taken 3.
That movie took me for all I had.
Dude,
it took my energy, my money, my hopes and dreams.
Your dignity.
Oh, God.
But no, I thought it was great. Definitely go see it in the cinema.
Oh, shit. Throwback real quick. What was the other movie we saw that day, that Bill Murray movie, which is great.
What was it?
Remember how we did a double feature? We saw, I think
we saw St. Vincent.
Yeah, dude, that was great, bro.
St.
With
Vincent was
Melissa
awesome.
McCarthy, yeah. Oh man.
Yeah,
I
no,
watch that
that's
again.
Right. Yeah, 100%. No,
Like, guys,
St.
go watch
Vincent.
St. Vincent. We'll come back we'll regroup next week and we'll talk that movie because that's a great movie.
True. That could be
It's not like I have other things to watch, but you know.
Yeah. After
I'll definitely make
your
time.
23 movie for Marvel, your 70 hours on Game of Thrones. But no, absolutely. I reckon the review I'm going to put up for it today. I've got a couple things to put up on the Insta. I'm going to put up a review.
So I think you can give
today.
the podcast listeners a little sneak peek because I mean it'll be up by that time anyway. You're going to give it a see it in cinemas.
See it in cinemas. Yes. I think if
So
not,
as a reminder,
it's a
we have-
fantastic Netflix film.
As a reminder, we have our score meter is from descending to ascending. Trash, which is very elegant. Right in the trash.
It's pretty
Hot
self-explanatory.
You know, we deem it that you can stream it. So get on Netflix, watch on Netflix, Hulu,
Yeah, don't pay
whatever
to
the
go
hell.
see it. It's not worth paying to go see in the cinema.
Or go see it in cinema. Like if you want, if you want to go catch
it's a great
if you want to go catch a flick, we recommend that. Yeah, it is worth your time and money. Or day one. It doesn't quite get the day one rating.
Doesn't get the day one.
But
I thought there was a couple of pacing issues for me, at least, that it took away from the day one, and also it was just like it wasn't a complete standout for a day one.
Yeah,
day
like
one needs something special, you know.
yeah, I mean it's enjoyable, but that's about what you'll get.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
And without going into too much more detail, but I thought it was like the villain was like comical and just overacting.
Yeah, he overacted.
It's like this
so
guy
much.
might have been like, "Are you a friend of the director's? Like, you just seem like you're way too emotive, and it just comes off as like ridiculous." And everyone else around you seems very professional, and you're just coming off as like someone who's fresh out of acting school and thinking I thought he was on fucking Broadway.
Yeah.
So, anyway,
Yeah, he was very much overacting. But Dools, should we go into the news of the week?
I want to do that. House.
All right, sweet. Give me a jingle.
I want to get in there. It's the news of the week.
All right, Dools. Each and
That was
every
that was pretty.
that was
that
fucking
that wasn't too
gorgeous, dude. That was gorgeous. Each and every week we play a little game.
bad.
Dools.
I can bring it if I want. Sometimes I bring it.
Each and every week we play a little game, Dools, called Talk or Trash. So I've got a list of headlines for the news of the week, and I'm going to read out the headline, and you deem it if we talk about it or if we throw it in the trash.
God, that's so much power to wield.
I know. Dools, first one. Fuck it, let's do this one. Rambo 5
fuck it,
has
we'll do it live.
Rambo 5 has a name and it
Bullshit.
started production.
Fuck off.
Did you not know this was a thing?
No.
It's called Last Blood. And if the-
I love Sylvester Stallone, but he's on death's door. Like, let's be, dude. He hung up the gloves, but he's still doing a fucking Rambo movie.
the last one though, it's Last Blood. But if the
It's called Last Blood.
Yeah,
That's pretty
Rambo 5 Last Blood.
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool now.
All right, fine.
If the rumors are true, which I'm hoping they are, but I'm not sure. Like I've got no confirmation. If the rumors are true, he's fighting ISIS.
Oh, sweet Jesus. I'm fucking there, dude. I'm there. Oh, no. Oh,
dude.
dear.
Have you seen all the Rambos?
Oh, God, this is where you're going to fucking...
You haven't seen the Rambos.
Not in full. I've seen like bits of...
Dools, it's one man
I've
taking
seen
on
bits
countries.
of one and whatever that slightly newer one, which was R-rated was.
Yeah, Rambo 4. Well,
Yeah.
it's called Rambo, but it's Rambo 4.
Jesus. So there are a few of them. I'll rectify that by the time. So
there's only 4 movies.
So just started pre-production. Okay. Time late 2020 maybe. I mean.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
They got photos out, but it didn't really show much. But yeah, I'm
How
fucking-
desperate? I mean, it's just like we won't we won't scrutinize it, but at the same time, it's like that movie, the Sam Elliott movie, The Man Who Killed Hitler, and then Bigfoot. It's like this was the only guy they had. It's like let's go get Sylvester Stallone again. He's 75 years old, but fuck it.
Dude, that movie's actually getting great reviews now, by the way.
It is, man.
Yeah,
and
I'm
I
very
love
keen to see it.
what I love. Just a quick little I think on the IGN review, I think the opening sentence was, it was somewhere in the review, but it was just like now don't get me wrong, this is no like art house flick that's trying to be a bit edgy with its title. The title is very literal. And I'm like, yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. Oh man, fuck yeah! All right, Rambo 5, you excited? You gonna see it day one?
Yeah, it's that's definitely won't put that in the trash ads. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, sweet. Dools.
I have to rectify my errors in watching those films as well.
True. Dools. Rumoured Star Wars Episode 9 title. Have you heard about this? Have you heard?
So you've got the title here?
Yes.
I don't know if I want to hear it.
You're gonna hear it before the trailer anyway. They always release the title before the trailer.
Yeah, but it's always cool seeing it in the moment. Oh, fuck it. Give it to me.
Star Wars Episode 9... I think it's... Wait, I just want to get it... It's either one or two words. Sorry, I should have had this up. Are you excited for Episode 9, Dools?
It's not going to be... It's not Black something, is it? Because I saw that was like the working title, or like the project code name.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Because I think they were calling it Black Diamond. No, I mean... it was codenamed... Whatever... There was a name for whatever the Black Crystal lightsaber.
Oh, now I'm getting conflicting reports.
Anyway.
Ooh. One says Ultimate Jedi, which I don't like.
No way.
I saw Balance of the Force. Star Wars Episode 9, Balance of the Force.
That's far more believable.
Yes.
There's no way they'd call it Ultimate Jedi.
Yeah, no, Ultimate Jedi sounds like a game. There is no way it's
Balance of the Force. That also kind of resonates with Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, in my mind, because it's been talked about as
Here we go.
the end of the
Balance of the Force, yes.
the end of the Skywalker
Lineage.
like legacy, and this is like the end of this saga. I would have loved like Star Wars End of the Skywalkers or something like that.
Yeah.
Honestly, or like someone would come up with something better, but something along those lines, like
Yeah. I reckon Ultimate Jedi is a shocking name. So that won't be it, but Balance of the Force makes so much fucking sense with everything that's happening in the last two movies combined.
I've seen apparently a ton of leaks have recently come out. Some set photos I completely forgot and was reminded by this article that fucking Lando's back in this movie.
Oh,
bro.
damn it, that was my next point of the thing.
Oh,
yeah.
okay,
So Lando has a small role, but what's a small role?
Are they saying small role?
They said the word small role. I'll get the...
Is this the source or is this like an actual confirmed thing?
I just saw a story about it, so I'm not sure
Okay.
if it's completely confirmed.
So, alright. Because apparently there are some spoilers out there. There's like a trailer synopsis leak.
I'm not reading any of that shit.
I don't want to hear any of that stuff.
Lando Calrissian reportedly has a small
Well, he's already
role.
been confirmed for the film, so I mean, this isn't news. But
Yeah.
But
Billy D, dude.
But I saw a photo. He's in classic Lando gear. It was
really?
It was pretty cool.
Oh man, that's gonna be so awesome.
But it's, again, and I told you this the other day. The fact that they had the opportunity and didn't take it to reunite the original 3 and 4, if you include Lando, is so fucking egregious, dude. It really is. And I mean, it really pissed me off, especially with like as tragic as, because I mean the thing was, even with Han's death, you still could have done it in episode 8 or 9. It was so sad that oh god, Carrie Fisher passed because you could have done a flashback or something. You technically could have.
You could have, absolutely.
And so, but now you just can't do that. And that's JJ's fault. He was the only one who had the chance. And apparently it was talked about, and they just their idea was, oh, we'll save it later on. And of course they couldn't have predicted what would happen, but at the same time it's like,
yeah, but he also killed off Han.
yeah, exactly. So Ryan killed off Luke. Anyway.
You're really emotional about this. Do you want to?
Also, I just while we're on the topic, apparently there's like an image or like so apparently Kylo reassembles his helmet.
Yes, I see that. I saw that as well.
What does that tell you? It tells you that these films are so disjointed. Ryan Johnson, it's a very meta thing happens in The Last Jedi. Snoke says, "Take that silly thing off." Like he's calling the helmet charged. He's pretty much saying, JJ, like why'd you make him Darth Vader light? You made him like Darth Vader Jr. with this silly fucking helmet. Like take it off, and you don't see it for the rest of the movie. He shatters it. He breaks the thing. Now he puts it back together. JJ's like, "Oh, I actually like the helmet. Fuck you, Ryan Johnson." That's what that tells me.
They're
completely. JJ wrote drafts for 7, 8, 9, and Ryan Johnson came in and was told he could start from scratch if he wanted, and he fucking did, bro. Like, I'm not shitting on The Last Jedi for the sake of it at the moment. I'm just telling you, like they are actually disjointed. Like, there's no denying that because they got in different directors and writers. That's not a bad thing, but I mean, at the same time, it's like, why? You know, you could have given them great degrees of freedom and kept some continuity. I mean, come on. So, do you disagree? I mean,
I disagree. Oh, I don't wholeheartedly disagree.
come on, the helmet thing to me is a clear
I see
sign.
the helmet thing because when he breaks it, it's like he's wanting Snoke's approval, right? So he breaks that because he's frustrated that he's not like the perfect Jedi to what Snoke made him believe would be. And then when he
Ryan Johnson was trying to create his own thing, and he's like, "Oh, we've just created Darth Vader 2."
He turned against Snoke, and he literally had that come of mind moment where he's like, "No Empire, no rebellion, no Jedi. Let's start something new." This is his new. That's how I see it. I don't see
Going
it
back
as,
to the old.
I don't like, but the old there was no old. The
helmet was, but he had the helmet for quite a while under Snoke.
I know, but that wasn't Snoke's idea of a perfect Jedi.
Jedi.
No, it was perfect Sith. You know what I mean?
I don't know. To me, just I mean, Harry, I know. I think you're just a little like there was a human element here, and it was no cooperation between these two directors. Ryan Johnson started from scratch, and he ignored the draft. I mean, that's fine, but I'm just pointing it out. It was a real thing that happened.
Disagree.
Things get tense when it comes to Star Wars. Anyway.
Fair. Alright, Dools, should we go to the next one? Alright, so, amazing title, Lando has small role. Dools reports Robert Pattinson could be Bruce Wayne in The Batman.
What are you doing on this? What are you doing this to me for? This isn't a story, and you know it is.
It is a story.
Okay, I want to know the source right now. I want to know the fucking
I'll get it up and I'll read out the headline, okay? Continue.
So, didn't you mention the other day you're going to a joke screening of Twilight 3?
So, yeah, so Twilight...
Tell the good people.
I'm going to the cinema to see Twilight 3 in the cinema with comedians talking over it. That's genius.
I love the idea of ironic movie going. That's not a bad idea.
That's not a bad idea at all.
Comedians, yeah. So are these guys who are like into movies, or it's just like it's going to be like off the cuff commentating? Like, how's it meant to work? Do you have any idea of how it's going to work, or you just know that comedians are going to be talking over the movie?
I reckon they're literally just got they'll play the movie and they've got mics up the back.
Yeah.
I reckon that's all it is.
Okay, it's not bad. It sounds funny.
Yeah, no, it's a great idea though.
Have you seen the films?
No,
You haven't seen one.
not one of them.
You can tell me the truth.
Okay, I love them all. All right, so no, I haven't seen one of them.
Okay.
My brother though, all of them.
Wow.
He's a fan.
Willingly?
Yeah,
Voluntarily?
He's bought them.
James, if you're listening,
Jimmy,
Jimmy,
old boy,
your invitation to the podcast rescinded.
or accelerated, so we can talk about that. Yeah, so one of the more intriguing names being thrown around is Robert Pattinson. Now, fan artist Boss Logic has unveiled artwork on Twitter of what the actor could look like as Bruce Wayne. It's just Robert Pattinson in a suit, let's be honest.
Look, Robert Pattinson.
So nothing's confirmed, it's just rumours.
Look, I'm joking around here. Apparently he's, burgeoned as an actor. He's coming into his own.
He was great in the movie Good Time.
Yeah, so man, apparently he's just really focused on a lot of indie films from what I understand, and he's just like, he's kind of like an indie darling in that scene, and does a lot of just low budget movies and things of that nature, abstract, quirky stuff. Could he then become Bruce Wayne? Possibly. I mean, dude, anyone could become Bruce Wayne. If I mean, as hard as it is to believe, so many people, like, it'd be hard for us to remember, we were young, but so many people apparently were just disgusted by the idea of Daniel Craig becoming James Bond. Like, they were like, you're getting this blonde, skinny dude to become James Bond? You out of your mind? And then Casino Royale came out, and then everyone was quickly shut up.
Everyone shut the fuck up.
You can say the same thing about Heath Ledger as the Joker.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Robert Pattinson, he could probably, maybe. If the director believes in it, then why not? But,
we'll see.
It does have to be someone young so that he does actually fit the bill. I mean, if this is like an actual rumor and not just Boss Logic doing a fan poster, then okay, very interesting.
Poster though, it's literally just him in a suit though. Like, I get that, but like,
yeah, I mean, yeah. What exactly did he do there?
Yeah, that's all it is. But yeah.
Anyway,
We'll see.
yeah.
Definitely not one of our picks though. Definitely not one of my
No.
picks. Dools, Kingsman, the prequel, has a name and has a cast. Have you heard of this?
I haven't.
Okay, so it's going to be called Kingsman, the Great Game.
I almost wanted to throw this in the trash as because I really, really was disappointed by Golden Circle.
Do you want to throw in the trash?
Yeah, no, I want to hear the cast.
Okay, cool. So it's called Kingsman, the Great Game.
The Great Gain or Game?
Game.
Okay.
Like Monopoly.
So this is set during World War One.
I believe so, yes. Yeah. And
Please tell me they bring back Michael Caine and they're just using de-aging technology.
Oh, that'd be awesome. I've got no Michael Caine's not on here. He could be a surprise, but they've got Ray Fiennes,
Okay.
Stanley Tucci,
Oh, shit.
Risa Fans.
Okay.
Um,
Sure.
don't know who that is.
No, who is that?
He's the he's the lizard in Amazing Spider-Man.
Oh, okay.
Daniel Bruhl.
Wait, why are they all old dudes?
Daniel Bruhl's not old,
Okay, Daniel Brühl, yeah.
and Charles Dance is very old.
So Daniel Brühl's really the only like youngish guy there.
Yeah,
That's still cool. That's still a cool cast. Ray Fiennes obviously going to be the lead, you imagine. But
I'd agree. Dude, Stanley Tucci would be
is
awesome.
this still? Yeah, he's great. He's done some fucking weird. He's like been all over, bro. I've gone back and
he's
watched
got
movies
fantastic
and been
movies.
like, wait, that's Stanley. Like he's just a fucking chameleon, dude.
Yeah,
That guy.
like he was amazing in Lovely Bones.
And also he was like I think I rewatched it, you know, maybe a couple of years ago, but I never realized it was like him in Hunger Games as well as that TV host, that eccentric host. And I'm like, what? So I mean, yeah, he's awesome. I think I mean, not underrated, but I mean, I just feel like how isn't he fucking everywhere? But,
Yeah.
but yeah.
But yeah, no, he's in a lot. He's got hell range.
Oh, yeah, no, he would.
So good. Dools. Avengers Endgame.
The people are upset. They want something thrown in the trash. But,
That's true. I don't think
I'm not going to throw Avengers in the trash.
I don't think I've got
Definitely-
anything to throw in the trash
okay,
after
well.
this week. This week's been a pretty good week, you know.
Give me the Endgame news. Don't fucking give
Avengers
me suspense.
Endgame has a 3-hour. 3-hour.
So this has been long rumored.
runtime.
Have you got a little bit of extra news to that?
Yeah, because it's been testing and it's testing great. There's rumors that it's going to be more than that and then it's going to have an intermission.
Yes,
I
yeah,
don't
that's
believe
what I was-
that's true at all.
I think they might do it.
Okay, but like, no, they won't. They definitely won't. Because think
Why
about
not?
this. Because, like, the only movie that
The last movie that did it
Was-
very well.
was Hateful Eight. Yeah, but Hateful Eight doesn't have a fucking chance in the world to be the highest grossing film of all time. Avengers does. Do you reckon Disney will limit to the amount of screenings that they can put in a day in a cinema?
I mean, this could be like
They absolutely will not do an intermission, dude. This movie could very much be the highest grossing film of all time. Disney wouldn't...
Actually, a lot of people think it might actually just do below Infinity War. Because Infinity War, I feel, had a much bigger marketing push than lead up. I mean, people like us, like if you ask people like us, it's just like, oh my god, Endgame's a much bigger movie because this is the
But we're not like every other movie.
So the casual moviegoer will be like, oh, okay, another Avengers movie, cool. But it's like, oh, but didn't we already have the last... And clearly Infinity War was a cliffhanger, but at the same time, they're in the frame of mind that, oh, well, aren't the big Avengers movies every 3 years or whatever? I mean, I feel like people are on board now. Even like Marvel is mainstream. It's mainstream. But at the same time,
It's going to make $1 billion in a weekend.
I think, it's going to do massive numbers. But I'd be surprised. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if it didn't reach Infinity War's numbers. I actually wouldn't be. I think it would get damn close. It would probably be the second highest grossing.
Yeah, but it has a chance, right?
But
And
you're right.
Disney-
I actually
Disney
didn't
wouldn't
look at
limit.
it. I actually didn't look at it from that perspective. I looked at it the perspective of the Russos. Like
They got a lot of
they're
story
like
to
they're
tie
like
up.
serious filmmakers, and I can see them doing that. Like, you know, and just like a 10-minute fucking thing. And I mean, like, does it? It's already such a long movie.
Yeah.
Do they? I mean, I can see them.
It's only 15 minutes longer than Infinity War. Infinity War is 2 hours 45.
I think it was 2:40, but yeah, you're not wrong.
It's not that long.
But I don't think this is including.
And
I don't think this is including credits. I think it's 3:10.
But Infinity War.
I think
was
they've been saying
pacing
the
was-
movie. They've been saying the cut is 3 hours.
Yeah, but so is Glass though. Glass
And the
apparently
credits
like,
aren't put together. That's like the last thing that's done.
I
So,
know. But
and then, dude, I think they were doing reshoots up until fucking January, man.
yeah,
So yeah,
they can hear every click. But
they have shit. they have a tight timeline. So I mean, yeah.
it'll be cool. But
I can see them.
personally-
Yeah, okay. Maybe not every session has an interval. I can see them maybe doing special select sessions that
maybe like a
has the
special
intermission.
Yeah,
maybe even an overture or something. That'd be dope as hell.
Yeah.
I mean, these films have great scores now. So
Yeah,
the
Alan
Avengers
Silvestri.
theme is like iconic. So
Dun, 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 dun.
Yes,
But
you
yeah,
can
it's
confirm it's
testing
on that.
fantastically. Apparently,
testing.
yes.
Wait, so the film's being
Film's being tested. Some people on this fucking earth have seen Event Endgame.
it's not finished, but yeah. Shit.
That's pretty good, dude.
Oh, but I mean, did we expect anything
I know,
less?
I know,
These
I
were shot back to
know.
back, and both the. I mean, if you're the directors and the writers of the movie, if I were them, I wouldn't be coming out and being like, "Oh, this one's bigger and better," and saying that so boldly. If I wasn't 1,000%
Yeah, I know.
certain that it was,
I watched,
and guess what? The second Infinity War came out, they're like, "Oh yeah, you haven't seen anything yet." It's like, guys, you fucking insane.
Yeah.
Do you know what I just saw? Do you know that I just saw your movie and you're saying that the next one's bigger and better? You have fucking balls, but if you're that confident, then
They
holy
haven't
shit.
done a bad one yet, though. Like Winter Soldier, incredible. Civil War, incredible.
I tell you,
Infinity War,
time and time
incredible.
again has. Each time they've raised the bar and they've delivered.
Yeah.
And for me personally, with each new Russo brothers movie, it's become my favorite, replacing the last one. So first it was Winter Soldier.
You think Civil War is better than Winter Soldier? It's definitely a discussion. Definitely a discussion.
You know, I reckon we could revisit that once I've rewatched them, but most of the time I do go back to yes, just because the action's so fucking
And it's got
sublime.
Spider-Man. It's got Spider-Man. It's got that
And-
airport scene, dude.
I mean, yeah, because it's so good. And then yeah, I can say that Infinity
And that
War is
last
better than
fight
Civil
with
War.
Iron Man versus Cap and
bro.
Bucky.
Bro. Yeah.
Oh, he was my.
It's paced
he's my
so
friend.
well because it's
So was
it's a long movie, but it's paced so well and it goes so quickly. Same
So
with
is Infinity War.
Infinity War is so well paced.
The pacing in Infinity War is like masterful. It's incredible.
So that's why it's going to be really interesting to see how they deal with Endgame.
true.
So it's a long ass movie.
Dools. A Quiet Place 2. Yeah, they're doing a sequel. Starts filming in a few months. John Krasinski's come out and said that it's not a traditional sequel.
Don't call it A Quiet Place. He'll call it something different.
Yeah, like
It's surely a working title.
a slightly less loud place. A murmur.
Let's be a little bit more quiet this time.
Do you have anything to say on that?
I thought A Quiet Place was excellent.
I think it should be left alone.
But the ending was so sloppy and was just like...
Yeah, it was literally the
come
last 10
on.
seconds,
Oh, come
like-
on. What would this is what's happening?
Where it turned into an action movie in the last 10 seconds.
Yeah, it's like, alright guys.
Lock and load.
Yeah, all of a sudden Emily Blunt becomes herself from fucking Edge of Tomorrow. It's like, alright, okay, alright.
Okay, so, by the way, we're not talking about any of the trailers, because that's going to be our topic of the week. We'll talk about that all in one segment. Because there's a bunch of trailers this week. Bunch of trailers this
Whoa,
week.
alright, Jesus.
Dools, The Rock has reportedly turned down being the host of the 2019 Oscars.
Yeah, no, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's confirmed.
Do you reckon he would have been
He said he was workshopping, he was talking with his team about it, and he even said they started discussing, like, you know, that the bunch of big numbers they wanted to do. They wanted to, like, turn into a full-on, like, crazy, like, show, and you know, do a couple big numbers, not even just one opening one. And fuck, I would have loved that.
Yeah, I know.
But at the same time, it's like I feel like
He couldn't do it because they're best friends, dude.
I reckon the Kevin Hart thing played a factor, but he did not want to step in that territory.
Yeah.
I don't think he wanted to say anything about it.
I
But
know.
it definitely was a factor.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think in his mind, he's like, that's just me backstabbing a good friend of mine. So.
Yeah, exactly. He would have been cool, but yeah, we'll see how the Oscars turn out this year.
Well, apparently their game plan is, the Academy's plan is just to get a bunch of high-profile actors to kind of fill the void and have them present. Like, apparently they're, like, the Avengers are going up, which sounds pretty cool.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. And yet they don't recognise Infinity War. You fucking assholes.
Well, the Infinity War got nominated for Best Special Effects.
How can they not, like, ignore the fact that it's a superhero movie. This is a 2.5 hour, slightly over 2.5 hour film that feels like it's 2 hours. That's a credit to pay. That's a serious fucking skill in editing and, like, directing, like... Anyway. I mean, this film, Black Panther, like, you know, that's awesome and it's getting recognition, but I mean, Infinity War, man, it's a better made film in almost every way. But anyway.
Fair enough, Dools. Fair enough. Last point of the news, Dools. Last fucking point the news this week. It's been a good week. It's been a good week, Dawes. Terminator 6's title has been reportedly named Terminator Dark Fate. Are you in any way excited about this film?
I've actually got... You might have seen it, but neglected it, but I have, just after this, another little piece of news, which we definitely have to talk about. Actually, let me pull it up on your laptop, if that's alright.
Yeah, sure.
Dark Fate. Okay, cool. So, Arnie's back. Sarah Connor is back.
She's not black.
Pardon me?
So, Sarah Connor's back. Arnie's back. Can't really go wrong. Tim Miller's directing, which would be awesome. The director of the first Deadpool. James Cameron is... did he write it, or is it just executive produced?
I think he's just executive producing.
That means he's overseeing everything.
Maybe, I mean, he would definitely be getting up in Tim's shit. He's just like, hey, Tim, I watched Genesis. Just do what I fucking say. Right? Like,
we need to turn this ship around. Genesis was one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
I still haven't seen it, but I think I need to.
It's bad. It's
I mean, I really don't have any... by the way, I'm going to say it. And maybe this isn't that controversial, but Salvation's better than 3.
Salvation is better than 3.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay.
No, 3's...
I wasn't sure, I mean...
3's shocking.
And Salvation's actually not bad, either.
Yeah, no.
Alright.
But they now no longer exist. According to Genesis, nothing exists except for...
Oh, well, well, this one will be rewrited. I mean, this one's a direct sequel to...
2, I think.
So they're ignoring 3?
Might be. I don't know. We'll find out. I know, 2's definitely alive in this.
Where's Sarah in 3? She's dead,
Linda
isn't
Hamilton.
she?
Yes.
Well, that has to be a sequel to 2 then.
Yeah,
maybe they are ignoring 3.
Must be,
Who fucking knows anymore?
Yeah,
Jesus.
Jeez.
Alright, Haz, I'm going to give you the honours. I've put up a little story for you. See what you think about this.
Oh, really? Oh, no. Aquaman spin-off, The Trench, is in the works.
Someone thought this was a good idea.
Oh, no.
This is DC for you. Reddit, come on. Give us...
Better bring a life vest. Waterworks from its... Oh, wow. With Aquaman being a billion-dollar hit, it's no surprise that Warner Brothers want more Waterworks from its DC Comics hero. But while any discussions of a direct sequel are not engaged of any sorts on serious level by the studio, director James Wan and star Jason Momoa, with all the players seemingly intent on taking a breather and their time there, is talk of a spin-off. Jesus Christ. So it's all about the trench creatures are rather recent arrivals in the Aquaman lore.
Those piranha-like creatures that you saw in the movie for a couple minutes apparently are getting a spin-off film. In short, that's what this is.
No.
Okay. Apparently it's going to be like a horror film. It's going to be like Conjuring-esque. That's what I'm saying.
No. There is way too many CGI monster movies for people to care about anymore. There's way too many. James Wan's not going to direct that shit, so I don't care. I think I just read over a line that the filmmakers of Super 8? No. They're assistants to Super 8. They're making it. Wow. No. I'm out. I'm so out. I don't like that idea at all. Not one bit.
What happened to Super 8?
It was a good movie.
It's alright. Did JJ direct that or produce? Yeah, okay.
Directed it. That was a good movie. Dools, you saw 2 movies. Should we quickly talk about them?
Sure, I want to talk about one slightly more than the other, but okay. I'll start with the one that I want to talk about least. But that's not a testament to its quality. Actually, yes, it is. Bird Box. So I finally watched Bird Box. I mean, you said you wanted to, had things to say about it as well. Harry's looking at me with a look that, I'm going to tear apart every single fucking thing you say. Fair enough.
Go right ahead, Edward.
Look, I didn't mind it. I don't...
You didn't mind it? Go on.
Okay. I don't quite understand how... I mean, maybe it must have started with, just some person with some, big following on social media just being like, oh my god, everyone's going to watch this movie, Bird Box. But apparently it's... I don't know if it's the most watched, but I saw at one stage it had reached 45 million unique views on Netflix, which is fucking insane. So... yeah, I mean, I don't know why it's so beloved by people, but it's I think you drew comparisons to Quiet Place. I can see that, definitely. It's basically a Quiet Place. Well, no, I shouldn't say that. It's similar concept to a Quiet Place, except swap, you got to be quiet with, you can't look. You can't look out in the open.
Exactly, yeah.
And look, I thought the only thing that really, plot-wise, yeah, okay, it's like The Happening, kind of. It's like... So
you're not making great points here.
Well, no, I mean, but sorry. So plot-wise, it's, I didn't think the plot was what was driving me into enjoying the film. Performances, I didn't mind performances. So Sandra Bullock, John Malkovich, and there's a few other characters.
Sarah Paulson.
Sarah Paulson, yeah, well, very brief role. I tell you, I have a little theory about that. I reckon Sandra was like, oh, hey, we need, she probably wrapping up or in filming Ocean's 8, and she's like, yeah, do you want to come do this? Because, Sarah Paulson, why was she in there for 5 minutes? But, so yeah, I mean, performances were good, and, it's just this, it was like, I didn't realize it was all, majority was actually going to be set in the initial stages of everything going to shit, which I actually liked. I think there aren't actually nearly enough movies doing that. It's always after. It's never it's happening right fucking now. Because I think that definitely has to be explored more. I think, there's so much potential there. Unfortunately, it doesn't really deliver on it. But, yeah, I'm not really saying many good things about this movie, am I? No, it was fine. I would give it a 6.5. I mean, it's a decent watch. I don't regret watching it.
Okay.
But, yeah, I mean, it's just... I'll let you have at it.
Okay. I don't
Take a breather.
I don't hate this film. I just can't believe why there is so much obsession with it. Everyone's saying it's fantastic. It's brilliant. There is nothing brilliant about this fucking movie. What the fucking writer looked like he did, he watched A Quiet Place and was like, give me...
Okay, but the turnaround wouldn't have been that quick.
It was like, give me a weekend.
They came out in the same year, pretty much.
Give me a weekend. Dude, it's a Netflix movie. They pump these out every week.
Oh, but dude, the actors in there,
I know. But, yeah, so I'm not saying this is what they did. I'm saying, the script looks like as if he watched Quiet Place and said, give me a weekend, I'll come back to you Monday with a full script. The
writer's just sitting there being like, I worked on this
for
months.
Anyway. So the whole center point moment that they were driving towards the whole fucking movie, going down this magical river, was Sandra Bullock going to have to make a choice between these two kids, like Sophie's Choice, which I was all for. I was like, this is going to be awesome. This is dark. This is unique to a movie like this, right, where they have to choose a kid, and they're like, one of you kids needs to look because I can't, because if I look, everyone's dead. And it's he goes, I will choose, and keep driving that moment that one of them's gonna die, and then she's like, nah, let's just wing it, and everyone was fine.
So I actually have a little theory. You've reminded me of something that I do want to talk about this. I have a theory that maybe I thought if she had gone through with it and maybe let the girl look, because clearly the boy was hers and the girl was the child of the other mother who died, that maybe it would be revealed that kids are immune. And the reason I thought that was because it seemed that why was it that some people were immune, technically? It made them pretty fucking nuts, but also towards the end you saw that some of these people...
That was dumb. Oh, it's just the crazy people
were calculated. Well, yeah, and so that's why I thought, because it seemed like people were being confronted, whatever it was that they were seeing, it was... Either it was this, they were seeing this horrifying image, but clearly it was personalized. This woman at the start, she clearly saw her mother. Sarah Paulson was like, what the hell is that? Just in absolute horror. So in my mind, it was showing these people their absolute deepest, darkest nightmares, and so it was so fucking traumatizing that they just would do anything to rid themselves of it immediately, and hence this is why they were killing themselves. And for me, it's just children are so blissfully unaware of the world that maybe they might be immune to it, and maybe the people, just the other random people who are immune to it, are just people who have already confronted such fucking crazy shit in their lives that they were just nothing else can harm me now. So that's actually where I thought they were driving, and how foolish of me to think of them that they were going to take the film to an interesting place. So,
And then they get to this magical blind school
St. Edmunds. What?
where, like, they're all standing in a courtyard.
But that's going to be like a big enclosure type thing. I understand what you're saying. That's probably like a roof or something, a glass roof.
You can't look outside.
But it might be like translucent glass, or it might be like, opaque, what's the word? I don't know, fucking tinted windows or something. I mean, there's got to... Anyway, you just got to assume that...
I just don't like...
Because, I mean, obviously, they establish in the film that you can't even look at these fucking things through cameras. So, obviously, they were thinking about the fact, but people are going to put out the fucking sky roof. It's like, well, okay, it was probably tinted glass. So, I understand your frustration.
Don't think it was
But if that's your only issue with the film, that one little ending...
No, that it was poorly written. The main plot line of the movie, like, ended up that it didn't matter at all. The main juncture was her having to pick this kid. They kept leading up to it. They kept talking through it. The whole film. They started with that one thing.
Did we?
It started. She goes, and he puts them in. It's like, there's gonna be a moment where I have to pick one of you. Like, and they said that like 4 fucking times, and then the little girl.
No, I thought it was only towards the end where it's like, we're coming out to the rapids, and one of you's gonna have to look. That was the first time I heard her bring it up.
No, she said at the beginning when they got into the boat. It was like the beginning. They kept referencing back to it. Definitely kept going back to the boat and them going down the boat and shit. I thought it was just really not well written. Again, I don't hate it. I just don't think that it deserves the fanfare that it has. That's it.
Fair enough. I don't disagree. I mean, I don't hate it to the extent... dislike it to the extent you do, but yeah, I mean...
I thought it was just incredibly lazy, but yeah.
You know what? This brings up an unfortunate reality, which is that Netflix aren't really delivering on... They're focusing on quantity over quality, it seems, these days. A lot of, like, original films of theirs that have been trickling out lately are just kind of coming out to, mediocre reviews. Like, Velvet Buzzsaw, which looks weird and cool.
I'm still going to watch that. I'm going to watch that this week.
All right, well, you can tell me how it is. I'm not going to... But you can be the guinea pig on that one. Jack Gyllenhaal, I mean, is a very, very capable actor, so maybe it could turn out to be quite good. But, Velvet Buzzsaw. There was another one... Polar as well, with Mads Mikkelsen, which looked like fucking John Wick in the snow. I'm
going to watch that as well, by the way.
That apparently is also very average. I mean, what's going on? Like, once upon a time, you could look in the corner of the Netflix tiles and see their logo and be like, oh, damn, this is probably going to be pretty good. And, your odds were pretty good on those. No, not so much, which is a shame.
But you know what is a good movie, Dawes? What's the other one you saw?
Has. Finally saw Upgrade. You lent me the DVD, thank you. Finally saw it. I loved it, man. I really enjoyed it. There's a lot of things about this movie which a lot of other movies can learn from and copy, which is that, like, for example, why is it set in this ultra futuristic setting? It doesn't really have to be. Like, you could make an excuse for this tech and still have it be set in somewhat current times. And just be like,
it's very underground. It's like underdeveloped tech as well. It's very much in beta stages.
Yeah, but like, you see these highly advanced autonomous cars. You see, like, you get maybe 1 or 2 shots of the city skyline, whichever city it is. I'm not really sure they ever established. I think maybe it's like, yeah, they never really established which city it is, and you don't really care. And like, it's set in America, and that's about as much as you know. And but that's like, that plays like, it's like a secondary kind of thing to the story that it's like, well, actually it doesn't really relate to the story much at all, like, besides the fact that he's enabled by this very advanced technology. But I thought that was cool. I was like, oh, wait a second, like, what's up with, like, he's working on this car at the start, this just, this normal American muscle car. Then all of a sudden you see his wife arrive in this highly advanced car. It's like, oh, wait, what? And I was like thrown off by that. I was like, oh, it's set like far in the future. And I was like, that's so random and cool.
This is vintage.
And like, but they don't even talk about it. Like, it's like, it still feels like, it felt like Ex Machina in that way, actually.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, the fact that we're in this weird futuristic reality that's like playing, it just plays second to the story. And what also was unusual was that they called each other until she was dying, just husband and wife. And that's like a weird thing about this new future. And But it's like they don't even address it. Like, and I love that films like that. They don't feel the need to explain everything. It's just like, oh, this is just how it is in this reality. And but yeah, man, I think you put it perfectly. This is what Venom should have been. It's just I love the action sequences. The action would always deliver.
I thought the acting of what's his name, Logan Marshall Green.
Yep.
Okay, the acting was perfect because he had to do 2 modes of acting at all time. His face had to be human, his body had to be robot. The way that like his face was doing all the emotions, but he was just running and stuff as an android would, is like masterful to do that, and it's incredibly impressive.
Yeah.
I thought, as you said, the action scenes were incredibly well made. It was very violent, and I thought it ended perfectly.
So it leaves it open for a potentially fucking amazing sequel, which is where he's just this
Upgraded. It should be called Upgraded.
Unstoppable villain. Yeah, that would be a great title. And maybe it's just like a team of people who undergo these operations. Not quite on the level of this tech, because the only guy who could build STEM is now dead. So this group of people maybe come together and try to replicate the tech, and they just build this group of people to try and take him down now, STEM. And that, obviously he has to be the villain of the next movie. Whether they get to make one, I don't know, because I don't know if this film did too well, unfortunately. I don't want to do it. And, because I imagine it just kind of was not a commercial flop, but kind of, just not...
It's very much indie.
So, I don't know how...
I'll look up how much...
I have no idea how movies like this are made. Just maybe someone just get the break or whatever, and I hadn't heard of the director before. Do you know what he's done?
I'll look it up.
But yeah, man, I thought it was so enjoyable. Yeah, you're right. The ending was brutal, and I thought the ending was ballsy as hell. I was like, damn, fucking, you don't.
He wrote Saw.
Oh wow, okay. Well, yeah, it says it is from Blumhouse.
Yep,
So,
and he wrote Insidious. Fuck, this guy's a writer, and he must have worked on Aquaman as well. Shit, he wrote Aquaman.
Oh well, there you go. Oh well, maybe he'll get a chance to. Oh, so he directed this film.
Yes, so this was his first.
There's a lot of great shots.
So its budget was. Oh, it did pretty well. Its budget was max $5 million, and its box office in America was $16 million.
It's not big.
Not big. No.
That's actually pretty bad. But it's still a profit at least.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know how much marketing.
But for a really low budget, action film.
Well, I hope that's enough to convince them.
$3 to $5 million, right? And you make a film like that. That's incredible.
Yeah, that's great. That's why it gave me Ex Machina vibes.
Yeah, big time.
But you can tell. You could tell it was a small budget, only a couple sets. And I guess minimal CGI with the cars and all that stuff.
Ex Machina was $15 million budget.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah,
still pretty low.
Still pretty small.
But yeah, man. All in all, would you recommend it?
I would, big time. Yeah, it was a great film. Excellent.
Dools, should we get into the topic of the week?
Let's do it, man.
Give me a jingle.
Yeah, we made it. Topic of the week.
All right, Dools. Thanks so much for that. All right, we're running a bit.
I'm just beaming with him.
I know. We're running a bit short on time, so we might delete some of these. But there's a lot of trailers that came out this week, right?
All right.
Ones that we can just mention for, just to say, that came out great. Us, good trailer. Basically, it's another recut of the original trailer.
Yeah, it's just a remix of the original trailer, which I think we've already discussed. It looks excellent. I'm fucking right in there.
Pet Sematary showed too much.
I did think it showed a little bit. You said, you pretty much admitted to saying it showed too much because you're like, dude, we know all this. Haven't you seen the original movie? It's like, well, no, I haven't. So I'm not sure everyone has seen this. But that's fine. It's fine.
No,
I'm legitimately interested in the film. That's why I was like, I don't want to,
No, totally.
So, all in.
Cool. I totally see where you're coming from. I didn't think it showed too much, but that's coming from someone that knows what happens. So I know.
It's alright.
But yeah, okay. So we got one more just to nudge on. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, coming from Guillermo del Toro.
So this trailer was beautiful because it was I was like, wait, what's going on? I said to Harry, oh god, it's another one of these trailer before trailer things, and then I quickly realized No, wait, this is like a little anthology thing. Like,
It's an anthology
not
film.
unlike Ballad of Buster Scruggs, so it looks awesome.
Yeah, so it's a collection of scary stories with scary monsters, and they're all going to be combined to one movie. And I'm not sure if it's directed, but it's at least produced by Guillermo del Toro. Looks awesome. Monsters are very Guillermo del Toro, so he'll do a great job on that. All right, 4 trailers we can talk about. Dools. First one, let's talk. I know this will be really brief. Toy Story 4.
So, yeah, well, this was another little spot. I actually haven't seen the full official trailer that they've put out, and I don't really want to. It's fucking Toy Story, man. I mean, I'm right there. I'm right there. So this featured Key and Peele's characters who we hadn't met yet, or been introduced to yet.
We got to introduce them.
Oh, did we?
Yeah,
okay.
in the trailer.
Oh, well, there you go. That's
But
fine.
again, the trailer, there hasn't been a full trailer. It's all just been like a little clip.
Oh, okay.
I
thought they put out like an actual like official trailer though.
Nah, man.
Okay. So yeah, this is just like a little clip from. So it seems like Buzz Lightyear. He's got himself.
They're going to the carnival.
Got himself a bit of a situation. He looks like he's a prize that's up for grabs, and yeah, I mean, it just looks like a ton of fun, man.
It does, man. I'm so in.
They're hilarious. Like, you know, that you can clearly like they bring that humor. And
they're great additions.
And they're great in voices as well. They actually would have been great as Timon and Pumbaa. They
would have been. They would have been pretty good.
Anyway, yeah, all in, bro. Toy Story.
That'd be so good. All right, Dools. Dumbo.
Dude, this looks fucking magical, man.
Honestly, this looks like it's going to show you your heart.
Honestly, I was fucking getting chills during that trailer, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, fuck, this is like...
Tim Burton's back.
I was like, mate, I fucking hope so.
Yeah. Well, he's got the great cast. He's got Colin Firth, Danny DeVito, Michael Keaton.
I think you mean Colin Farrell.
Sorry, yes, Colin Farrell. Sorry, I get almost the same name. Colin Farrell, Danny DeVito, Michael Keaton. Was there more? Was Rebecca Ferguson there? Or was
I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I think that's like the bulk of them. It looks beautiful. Like, the CGI is great. I mean, whatever Disney's engine is,
Eva Green is who I'm thinking.
Whatever Disney's engine is for CGI. That, I mean, you know, I imagine they're maybe using the same VFX company for like Lion King and Jungle Book and stuff. I mean, Jungle Book looks fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, it
Holy
does.
shit. Like the animals look lifelike, and even Dumbo, is like, you know, silly as he's meant to look with his big floppy ears, still looked excellent.
Yeah.
So and Michael Keaton looks like this big eccentric character. Like, I love how he's a bit of a chameleon as well, dude.
He's
like,
a bit of a chameleon.
With fucking, you know, he can play
Beetlejuice.
Batman and then Beetlejuice. Like, holy shit,
dude.
So
Beetlejuice is.
He's been around, bro. He's been around. Like, did he disappear for a little while? Because I felt like he had a huge
B-grade films. For
I felt like he had a resurgence with Birdman, or was there something before that? Do you think?
Birdman was definitely one of them.
Because I feel like he's just like exploded up again. I swear.
No, definitely he's having a resurgence. He's had a resurgence. He's definitely been in the limelight for the last 5 years.
Yeah, I can't get enough of Michael Keaton, man. He's excellent.
Same.
And when they make that Batman Beyond movie, they got to bring him back.
Spotlight was...
Oh yeah, that would have been it for sure. Was that before Birdman?
Oh no, that was just after Birdman. Birdman
okay.
would have been his... Yeah, Birdman would have been his comeback.
And
then
they were both big, like, Oscar
then the
movies
Founder.
as well. So
I still haven't seen American Assassin. I want to see American Assassin.
I don't know if we've...
Have you seen it?
No, but apparently it was...
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's my
has your good friend Taylor Kitchener, I think. Also has Emil Hirsch, which is also...
I like Emil Hirsch.
Also
Don't like
been
Taylor Kitsch.
somewhat underground. So yeah, Dumbo, I'm all in, bro. I think a lot of these Disney remakes I can get fully behind.
I think you're thinking of a different movie, Dawes.
Sorry?
I don't think Taylor Kitsch is in this one.
Oh, okay. Just Emil Hirsch.
Yeah, we might be thinking.
So yeah, are you keen for Dumbo?
Yeah, like, I love the story of Dumbo. I'm not a massive fan of like late age Tim Burton, but the trailer, I agree with you, it's magical. I'm totally in. I'll see it day one with you.
I hope it
I
delivers.
feel like we're gonna be bawling our eyes out though by the end of it.
Mate, I'm right there for it.
Oh, it's gonna be sad.
There's a good chance I'll be all cried out after Endgame, but
it comes out before Endgame.
Really?
Comes out
wow.
March. Comes out March.
Shit. Oh, damn.
End of March.
Oh,
comes out a month before Endgame. Dools, Shaft.
Who's a man? Dude, this looks awesome.
Yeah. Okay. So
admittedly, I have not seen the first two with Richard Roundtree and Samuel L. Jackson, respectively. I will remedy that, just like Rambo. I'll make sure I'm caught up before the new one comes out. But damn, it looks like fun.
It does.
Oh, damn, it does.
It knows exactly what it is, right?
Yes.
It looks like it's being shot and like written as if it's a 90s action movie, which I'm all for.
Like bringing all three Shafts together. It's just
Yes, three generations of Shaft. Yeah. Awesome.
Everyone's going to be going into that movie being like, Richard Roundtree's still alive. No, he's looking good.
Great, man. He's looking real good.
I should bite my tongue. I shouldn't say that. It's looking excellent.
Yeah, exactly. No, the movie looks great. It looks a lot like you said, it looks like a lot of fun. They're not taking themselves too seriously, and it looks like a film that Samuel Jackson really cares about as well. Like you just see he's having so much fun.
Oh, dude, but he does that with all his movies. I swear, like
yeah, he does. Like
he doesn't really ever have a bad performance. Like he might not be as compelling in one role as he is in another, but like
he enjoys what he does.
Bro, he fucking loves it. Like he's just like motherfucker. I'm gonna make like 100 movies. Like I think he's already been at 100, but he wants to. The dead set is just like I want to go for the most amount of movies made, and like just like. But he keeps being cast and shit, man, because he's just like he can be whatever. Like he can be a chameleon.
Yeah,
like, he like to the average moviegoer, you might think, oh, he plays. Everyone knows the classic Samuel Jackson.
182 acting credits.
Oh goodness, then maybe he said like 200 or 300.
He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Has the
6,
man
7.
is 70. He looks maybe early, like late 40s.
He's got 8 films in production.
Oh, good God.
So he's got Captain Marvel, which is completed. Then the last full measure, whatever that is, Shaft.
And he's clearly got a
Spider-Man.
They're clearly bringing him back into the MCU more with Spider-Man.
Dude, I didn't know this. They're doing the Hitman Wife's Bodyguard.
Oh my God, I still need to watch that.
It's a great film. It's on Stan.
Really? It's actually good?
Yeah, it's good. It's a lot
Samuel
of fun.
Jackson and Ryan Reynolds. I mean, I love them.
They're so good. They're great together. It's a lot of fun.
Shit, there's so much to watch.
100%. Oh, dude, I did not know that this was...
Or maybe it hasn't been fully announced. Maybe it's still rumoured, possibly. Or...
No, it says it's in pre-production. It says the director's rumoured. But that's
awesome.
No, pre-production. It's in.
What are the other trailers has?
Dools, one other trailer. Little film that's coming out late April. You might have heard of it. I don't think it's got that much of a budget, though.
Dude, they still haven't given us a taste of the theme in these trailers. Those
I know.
fuckers.
I know. So we're talking about Avengers Endgame.
We'll get one more, and then we'll get the... like, at the end of something. Oh,
yeah.
can't wait.
Yeah, I know. I know, Dools. Endgame. We only get 30 seconds, but boy, was it a 30 seconds.
So it actually shows more than the first trailer, strangely enough.
I know.
Because it's all in quick snippets.
But they still haven't shown us much at all.
So let's go frame by frame real quick. So I've watched it that many
I'm going to bring it up.
Begins with Cap in what you can imagine, like you see this cool fucking poster, which is like like a post decimation therapy group kind of thing.
Where do we go when they're gone or something?
Yeah, what do we do now that they're gone?
And
this is like a to me it confirms the time jump, the rumored time jump. Whether it's a year or 5 years, it's rumored to be 5 years. We're not sure.
Okay.
Apologies for the interruption, folks. So
my bad.
Yes, Avengers Endgame Superbowl spotlight is so there's a great little thing at the start of the trailer where it does in flashes shows the snap victims. And then we cut to the logo, which dusts away as well, obviously. And then we get to the therapy group. So that, to me, confirms the rumoured time jump. The rumoured time jump either is, a couple years or 5 years, I think, seems to be the one that's talked about most.
Enough time for Cap to have a shave.
Yes. So yeah, Cap shave. So I love this idea, it's just like, you only get the voiceover of Cap saying, like,
he says 3 lines.
Some people move on, and then not us. And then he says that again at the end, not us. So, and then it cuts to Tony and Nebula. Tony's not giving up, Has.
Nah, it looks like they're working on the ship.
He's not fucking giving up. I think they're making something, bro. I think he's making a fucking suit. I'm getting Iron Man fucking 1 vibes from that shit, bro. Holy shit.
Tony Stark built the suit in a cave with a box of scraps. Then we get a scene of...
Well, I'm sorry, Has. I'm not Tony Stark.
I'm not Tony Stark. Dude, yeah, I watched that yesterday.
And then we have the group, so we'll just Cap, Widow, Banner and Rhodes. And I see an unusual gap, Has, between Rhodes and Banner. And I also harken back to the Infinity War trailer where there were an abundance of shots that just turned out to be completely fabricated and on the film at all. maybe 30% of that is this trailer.
Maybe.
Like this
I
shot.
reckon this trailer's made for tone. Who do you think could be there in that gap? Ant-Man could be there.
Possibly Scott or Rocket or But then again, they're already in the trailer, so I don't think it could be Captain Marvel. And
I reckon they're looking up at Captain Marvel coming
I think
down.
it could be Captain Marvel and they're looking up at Tony and Nebula returning.
Interesting.
So
very possible.
Because, I mean, why would you cut out Scott or Rocket there? Just because we already know they're in... I mean, we already know they're there. True. So the thing about this trailer is that they reveal 2 more characters who we know survived the snap, but weren't in the previous trailer, which are Rocket and Rhodey. So there's a dope fucking little snippet where, you know, you see Rhodes and Ant-Man suiting up. Like, clearly prepping for a fight in what looks like just to be the Avengers campus and, you know, Avengers HQ. So, I mean,
they're ready to go to war.
Actually, you know what that is? That's fucking Captain Marvel entering the room. Because they're like, who's this?
Maybe, Dools.
Shit.
So then we get
it's fucking misdirection.
I know. Then
it's all over.
Then we get a shot of Rocket going into what seems like some Luke Skywalker's hut.
This looks like some fucking like sea shanty kind of like cabin. I don't think. No, this does not look like Thanos'. Thanos' thing was like a big green
field,
big green lush world. This looks a bit more dour and yeah. I mean, I don't think that's that. Whatever it is, though, however... See, okay, so this is where we might get into theory territory. I'll just give you a quick one. I'm not going to get too much into it because I fear I may have spoiled possible things myself.
So if you don't want to hear anything more about this, see you next week. Have a great week. Love you. Bye.
Take care. I think what this film might be is teams of this group that we've seen. So the OG Avengers plus Captain Marvel, Rocket, Rhodes, and Ant-Man. I don't think I'm missing anyone. No, I'm not. Nebula, sorry. And they're all in teams of 2, maybe 3, depending on what the situation is. And they've gone back either into a different reality or time through the quantum realm to retrieve the stones before Thanos gets them. There is a snippet. The only thing that lends support to this theory in this trailer is Hawkeye / Ronan coming upon this red glow, and he's in, and I swear to God, you look closely at that shot, he's not on Earth. Like, there's shit floating in the background. Like, if you rewatch the Infinity War trailer, the scenes that you used to think that were on Earth, that turned out to be on Titan, if you pay attention, it's like, oh, yeah, they actually are, you know, this, like, debris floating around this place. Like, no one really noticed at the time that it wasn't on Earth.
So, yeah, we've got Rocket.
If we got to the... Yeah, okay, so Rocket, yeah, not much is happening there.
Then we get Natasha doing some shooting training.
Yep. The suit-up scene with Rhodes and Ant-Man, it's dope as hell.
Awesome.
So we see Thor at what could, I think, might even be Wakanda. It actually looks like where Killmonger died.
Yep.
For me, that's what it looks like. Could be Titan 2. Could be Thanos' new world. We're not sure. But okay, so yeah.
Okay, here.
So the scene. Really look at the background. That's not Earth, bro. Look at that shit. Where the fuck is he?
Yeah.
Does that not give you this, like, the vibes of that planet wherever Thor found the ether in Thor 2? The Dark World?
Yeah. No, definitely. It could definitely be. Yeah. So that's definitely... Yeah, that's Ronan because he's got the haircut. Or it's shaved around the head. Yeah, man. That could be definitely...
And then the last frame is Cap. The last frame is the team, but the second last is Cap. And Harry didn't notice the first. I had to fucking get him to pay attention because Lord knows he can't do it himself. So Cap is shaking, dude. Cap's fucking just shaking. Clearly, this is in the midst of battle. His hand is shaking. His fingernails are all dirty and bloodied, and he goes for the strap that that connects the shield to his arm. And
it's his original shield.
He goes for it and he pulls it in. So what does the original shield tell you? Because wasn't that broken in Civil War?
No, that was a different shield. Remember the shield from Age of Ultron on? He had the magnetic ones.
Yeah, but that was just a thing for his arm. Like the shield. No, but the shield was always the same shield.
That's right. He got a new shield.
I don't think he got that. There was never an attachment on the shield, dude. I think that was just, and they could always replace things on the shield. I think the shield was always the same. Like yeah, he had the same shield. I'm pretty sure throughout the films, it looked identical. I think it was just, he rewatched them. I think
Yeah,
he always just
I'll
had
look up
something
on
on his arm. And they might have had a little thing on the shield as well, but I think that would be replaceable on the shield. I don't think there's any reason to believe
from
that.
Age of Ultron, because Tony made him one that it had the.
But that would just be his
magnetic
gloves.
things. Maybe we'll see.
So,
But
So-
that's and then we get a little snippet of the action walk, all the silhouettes. So it seems like we've got Cap up front. Then would you say that that's Ronan?
so let me just... Sorry.
Go ahead.
So, yeah, Cap up front. Then it's Thor. Then it's Black Widow. Rocket. Scott. Rhodes. So we don't see... I think Hulk suited up. He's CGI'd out. And Captain Marvel is CGI'd out in this.
Yeah, we're seeing
And possibly Tony and Nebula as well. Possibly.
they're going like just the way they say it, it's just like
That's it. We're going to see this scene in the movie and everyone's going to be there.
No.
Like everyone who hasn't been sent.
So, dude, the line is some people move on, but not us, and then not us.
Not us.
They're going to war, Dools. They're going to war, and we're fucking.
I'm calling
there.
it right now. I'm calling this. So just mark this as
Calling
me making not just the prediction, but the fucking call has, because I'm that certain. God damn it, I'm that certain. So let's entertain the time travel / alternate reality theory for a second, and because there's some other evidence that lends itself to that, but I won't go into it. The Shield actually lends credence to that, but there's an infamous panel, I think, in the comics. I haven't read the comics, I think you have, but where Cap does something remarkable. Everyone's everyone's down, they're defeated, not dead, but like incapacitated, worn out from fighting Thanos. He's got the gauntlet. He's in full armor, but one person's still standing, and he takes one for the team. And in this moment, he finally, his heroism and his valor it shines through, and he becomes worthy. And Captain America, he picks up his shield, and he picks up Thor's fucking hammer. He picks up Mjolnir, and he's like, "Let's dance." And I'm calling it right now. We're gonna see a scene of Cap and Thanos toe to toe, 1-on-1. Cap's gonna have the shield and Thor's hammer.
Well, he doesn't have the hammer. Oh, unless they go back in time.
That's what I'm saying.
Interesting.
It won't be Stormbreaker, because that's not like a worthy thing. That's just
what I'm
heavy as fuck. But it'll be
It's just heavy as fuck.
it will be Mjolnir, dude. I'm fucking telling you, dude.
You telling us?
If that shit doesn't happen, I'll God damn, I don't know what I'll do.
I really hope this is the last thing we see of it until the film.
I hope so too. I think we might get another thing. We might get a remix version of the first trailer that also mixes in some of that, and maybe they cut a new trailer from the two of those pre-existing with maybe a new voiceover. That would be perfect.
I don't want them to show this looks unreal, dude.
Because my problem is I have such a lack of self-control that if they do put out something else, I'm fucking watching it.
I know.
I can't not watch it. All right,
That's it, Dools. Do you want to close us off?
I'll leave it to you guys. I'm just worn out, mate. The anticipation's killing me. It actually is killing me.
Well, thank you, everyone, and by everyone I mean Kevin, for joining us this week for another episode of More Cops on Duty. Dools, do you reckon it's a good one? Do you reckon it's worth $1?
Mate, this is worth $1.10. Come on.
Shit. Thanks, Dools, for joining me. I'm one of your hosts, Harry. This is the More Cops on Duty podcast, and we're out.